Time Walk with me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Time Walk with me. I am the Time Walker, and this is my Eriette of the Charmed Apple deck. Eriette is a 2/4 human warlock who costs 1 generic, 1 black, and 1 white mana to cast, or summon as we used to say. She stops all creatures enchanted by auras that you control from attacking you or planeswalkers you control. If that doesn't convince everyone to aim their spot removal at her, her next ability definitely will. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life and you gain life equal to the number of auras you control. So I did the obvious thing and loaded the deck up with auras to protect myself from everybody's creatures and to kill everybody with. But before we go into that, we have to talk about using protection. Eriette is a major threat, so people will be gunning for her. Since player removal will be very difficult while she's out and you're enchanting your opponent's creatures, they'll be going for spot removal. So here's how we deal with that. Abnormal Endurance. A lot of the cards in this category are like this one. If Eriette is about to die, just slap one of these on her and she'll come right back. Benevolent Blessing. I included auras like this that protect Eriette since they also add to the life she takes from your opponents. Loran's Escape. Fake Your Own Death. Feign Death. Not Dead After All. These three are funny because they have similar names and do similar things. Necrogen Communion. Unhallowed Pact. You can use these to protect Eriette or to steal an opponent's creature. Supernatural Stamina. Take up the shield. And Valorous Stance. This one could be used to protect Eriette or take out a big creature. This deck has very few creatures, so it depends on Eriette and enchantments to keep you safe from attacks, hence all the protection for her. As for the auras, some of these are kinda group huggy, while others punish creatures for simply existing. Generally, white auras do good things and black auras do bad things. Ancestral Vengeance, Angelic Gift, Conviction, Cracked Skull, Deadweight, Debilitating Injury, Dog Umbra. This one neutralizes an attacker, but it also could be used to protect Eriette. Dying Whale, Feather of Flight, Feebleness, Funeral March, Gift of Granite, Indomitable Will, Martial Impetus, Myers Grasp, Maugus's Favor, Nurturing Presence, Parasitic Impetus, Scourge Mark, Sentinel's Eyes, Skyblade's Boon, Solid Footing, Spectral Steel, Spirit Link, Sunclasp, Twisted Experiment, Valor of the Worthy, Vow of Duty, and Vow of Torment. These are basically the same card but in different colors. We got Crushing Disappointment, Dire Sight, Foreboding Fruit, Greed, Night's Whisper, and SRAM, Senior Edificer. This deck is pretty much all about interaction with all the auras, but I put these in too. Merciless Eviction and Vanishing Verse. I've taken a more relaxed stance on ramp since mana that's too fast makes you a target sooner or gets banned out of the format, though I do like to include a Soul Ring when I can. I didn't for this deck because all of mine are in decks already. Arcane Signet, Coalition Relic, Commander Sphere, Dark Ritual, Decanter of Endless Water, Kozilek's Channeler, Marble Diamond, Obsidian Obelisk, Orzhov Locket, and Seer's Lantern. Enchanted Being. This is a really cool and unique old card from Legends that only cost me a few dollars. Enchanted Being is a 2/2 that doesn't take any combat damage from enchanted creatures, so if you find yourself without Eriette for a little bit, she can help keep you defended. Eriette's Tempting Apple. This card just goes with Eriette. It doesn't look all that appetizing to me, but 3 life is 3 life. Exsanguinate. This is a potential game ender. Giza, the Hellraiser. This can help you get some creatures on the board in case you need some. It makes 2/2 zombie rogues and gives them +1/+1, making them 3/3s. Hero of Iroas. This is mostly here to give you a discount on your auras. And Witch Hunter. This card is white because they didn't know what white should do when they were designing the dark. It's not that strange for a white card to bounce a creature, but usually they bounce your own creatures. Witch Hunter here specifically only bounces opponent's creatures, which is usually a blue thing, but I figured it could come in handy in this deck. Plains and Swamps, of course. Conduit Pylons and Crystal Grotto. These do similar, very handy things. For free, you get to either Surveil 1 in the case of Conduit Pylons, or Scry 1 in the case of Crystal Grotto. Then they can tap for a colorless mana, or pay 1 and tap for a mana of any color. They don't even come into play tapped, so you can use them right away. Encroaching Wastes. This is here to take care of a problem land if you need it to. Great Hall of Starnheim. For 3 mana plus the opportunity cost of tapping this land and then sacrificing it, this basically turns one of your creatures into a Serra Angel. And if you have something that makes Eriette come back to life when she dies, you can choose her and bypass the sacrifice. Scoured Barrens. It enters tapped, but you get 1 life, so I think it's a good trade-off. Silver Quill Campus, Snowfield Sinkhole, and the Dross Pits. So that's it. That is my Eriette of the Charmed Apple. Give me your thoughts. Give them to me for free because I can't afford them. And I'll see you next time.